What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Derailed Gaming. This is my walkthrough of Final Fantasy XVI, and this is our final episode of the main storyline. Now, there is a Final Fantasy Plus, I can't remember what it was called, but a new game plus, where we could actually go through the game again with much more difficult monsters. Something we might look at in the future. First of all, I do want to apologize for everyone that was waiting on the live stream. We started a few minutes late. I've never had this happen before, but in the settings in OBS, it shut off my microphone. I'm sitting here scrambling, mixer's reading everything. I don't know. So anyways, not to bore you with that, but I just wanted to apologize for anyone that was waiting on the stream. Otherwise, let's get into it. It is time to finish this off and save the world, or kill God, I guess. Whatever is in store for us here. Ultima is waiting for us, so we got to make for the origin. Last night we knocked out a bunch of side quests. It's kind of a last hurrah for the, you know, like a chill stream, if you will. But now we are going to go to the origin. There is, for those of you watching this later, there is some things from the previous chapter that's still going to happen, but we wanted to avoid going too far and triggering the end of the game. So here is where we are. Let's jump into this and see what's in store for us. What's up, Butterfly?
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it... Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this.
You can tell something big's about to happen.
Well, behave yourself, Mid.
We'll see.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
Most two.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him.
Torgal. Torgal's not even coming, huh? Wow.
You take care of her too, boy.
Boy? What's up, Ghetto God? Tonight is the night. Tomorrow we start Tears of the Kingdom with live interactive gaming. I've actually already got the amounts ready for tomorrow, so
Don't
Pretty excited to
forget,
try that out.
Clive.
I've switched some things up.
We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
Nice, Ghetto God, nice. Kiss her!
I promise.
Kiss her!
I love you, Jill.
Oh, there it is.
I know.
I know.
I love you too.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. There you go, Butterfly. There's another kiss. Yeah, Casey, because I didn't play it first, right? Nice to see Karen put out her cigar for this situation.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Well, we can't die now. Can't let her down, right? Yeah, don't be jealous because you can't play it, Casey. Calm down. Well, now you're canceled, Casey. Way to go. I'm holding my thoughts on my review till after the game. I'll let you guys all know what I'm thinking.
Here they come. Hold on, Joshua. Already am.
All right. Keep missing. You're being homophobic, Casey. You're canceled. You're done. Flame Legend.
It's going to make us a way in.
Honestly, Butterfly, I don't know. You would have to add up the total between all my streams. If I was to guess, somewhere around 45 hours? Somewhere around 45, possibly by the time we're done 50. I really don't know off the top of my head. Okay, see, that's...
So, this is Origin.
some form of, it's not racism, but something like that, where
A far cry from heaven.
you're denying men their rights. Something like that. You're a feminist, Casey.
Where it all began.
There you go.
Where
Feminist.
it all begins. Our arc. Your architect.
There you are.
Oh, this should only be a couple hours from start to finish.
It
I would
was
say
here
Butterfly.
that we slumbered. Here that we waited. For centuries. Clinging to our decrepit shell. For fear that we might have need of it. Once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Depends on if I fail or not, Butterfly.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him.
Yeah.
Make it count.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
So you're cheating your audience, Casey. Okay. Ultima Prime. What is this, Transformers? Hey, I didn't... Why would I take damage? I didn't even do anything yet. Wait, why am I not getting a choice here? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm not even doing any of this.
Not this time.
Move aside, Phoenix!
Hey, I don't take damage unless I deserve it. Damn it, TSS. I protest. Can I stop pressing it now? Yes! We did it! Even though I really didn't do anything. Yes! No experience, no anything.
And you only surrendered, this unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Your mother? But you're a god. You probably don't have a mother? Oh, that's bullshit. So much for fighting fair. Thank you. Edward Jones, how are you doing? Thank you.
We have you.
Sitting here waiting for another timed action.
I ask not for acceptance, only forgiveness!
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, or is it? Wait a minute. Maybe that was good. I can't tell. Was that good? I don't know.
Now, Father, it is done.
Good and bad? I don't think that was it.
Clive! Clive!
Uh-oh.
No.
Looks like Clive might be dead. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the likes. He does have healing powers, though. It is alive!
Joshua.
Thank the Founder. Did I mention you look terrible?
I'm skeptical here.
There's two of us.
That can't be
I'll
it.
be all right.
And Dion. Take my hand.
I told you, I'll be...
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Come on.
Thank you.
You can't keep coughing up blood. Eventually, it's not going to work out well for you. Are we controlling this? No, maybe not.
Press on.
Always.
All right, we're going on here. The core. Why are we stopping? Oh. What? Right? Okay. I guess I'm not allowed to look around?
Sorry about Dion.
Oh,
Don't be.
anytime I look around, it messes that up.
He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same.
I don't know if this is a normal scene or not. I can't run. We're just walking.
Should we stop?
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.
So, we defeated Ultima Prime.
That light, so cold, so empty.
And now we're
close, aren't we?
It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
And think instead of those waiting for us at home.
I wouldn't put it past you, Casey. That sounds appropriate for you.
Clive.
He better be Butterfly.
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That together, we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation.
That's our job, too.
You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
Him raising his hands up there was one of the pictures I had for the thumbnail before I decided on the one we're using tonight.
Oh no.
This one here.
Sacrifice their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal, that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the Mother Crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Newthos.
I see that, Ghetto God.
In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Fuck you, dude.
Joshua.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Oh, we're gonna need an exorcism on this one.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
He just consumed Joshua. Or was he consuming him all along? That is the question.
Clive.
Oh, he's still there.
Don't speak. Shh. The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit. And the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be.
Oh, here we go.
With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua!
So he didn't take his power because Joshua's giving it to Clive right now.
Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound...
Jesus.
The curse will. I have always been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother.
Oh, Ultima's fucked now.
Look at me.
Don't let your emotions get to you right now. You're turning your back to Ultima.
Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this?
Oh, it's go time.
Joshua.
Stand up.
Joshua!
You're like, you motherfucker. Just like lay into this guy. Let's go.
And thus does the final piece fall into place.
You can grieve
The
later.
incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
Fuck you, dude. Why don't you suck on my vessel? How about that? That sounds like a plan, buddy. Come on, Clive. Let's do this.
You're still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
Why are you denying it? Yes, here we go. We're done with this shit.
As we always have. And always will. On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Let's go, buddy. Yeah! Kaboom! And boom! And tornado party! Join the fun! Come on, you bitch! I don't know what he's got going on. Oh my god, I can't get out of this!
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned, and so it must be cleansed.
Whoa. Just burn up? Clive puts up with way more abuse than you would think.
Expected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
Exactly.
But it can be broken.
And so can yours.
See it so. For such is my will.
Move it, move it,
Try
move it,
it.
move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it.
Let's try.
Haha, you missed, sucker. I'm not sure what he's about to do next. I'm just hoping I can stay away from it. Well, not that. Derek Hans, what's up? Yep, you made it just in time, man. How are you doing? Tornado party! Bitch, you're staggered, fucker! Boom! $21,856. We've almost got him already. Oh, you think so, huh? Think so? Boom! Missed, asshole!
This is the work of my will.
Come on. Fuck out of there. Done, buddy!
Why? What latent force feeds these flames?
Will. Willpower.
I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free?
I've been free, bitch.
I forbid it. You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us.
Alright.
I created you, all of you.
Alright, we're gonna need Megazord.
And what is mine is mine to destroy.
It's morphin' time.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Oh, shit. Let's do it! Come on! Like I said, it's morphin' time.
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who
I'm using the ones I'm comfortable with, Ghetto God. Oh shit. Where the fuck is he? This is dumb. I don't even know where he is. Oh shit, he's over there. Fuck, that was a waste. Whoa, nice try. Yep. Yep. Nope, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Oh shit, I'm missing him. Let's hit him here. I should be hitting him. I couldn't exactly tell. Missed. Whoa, those didn't miss. This isn't. Almost there, almost there. Yes! All right, son. He's pissed. The Rapture? The fuck am I supposed to do with this? Alright, where are you now? Right there. Burn, bitch, burn! You fucker. Nice try. You whiffed again.
Enough! With fire shall fire be repaid.
Press the attack. Oh, shit. I can't dodge this or what? Get over to him. Come on. What do I do to push this? Oh, shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Can I do this? Thank you. Have much time here. 40 seconds. Shit, come on. Get back in there, get back in there. Fuck this damage, just get in there. Come on. No! Get back to it. 30. Fuck me. Come on. Come on. Why am I? It's supposed to be ready. There we go. Fuck your purgatorium bullshit here. Get in there, get in there. Get after him, get after him. Come on, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Screw the damage, get in there. There you go. And he's staggered. Get out of it. Shit, that was fucked. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Here I am, bitch. Come try something else. Oh, shit. Get in there. There you go. Mini stagger. Now, calls. Yeah, don't be a bitch. Let's go. Me and you, one-on-one. Let's do it. Yeah! Cook, buddy, cook! Boom! 2.9 million! Yes! Is that enough?
No. My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were.
Old school. What's up?
Weak. You conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself. And realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation.
Yeah!
Your back on the world. Like the coward you are.
Exactly.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos.
We are
Nothing.
the Borg. Prepare to be assimilated. Oh, he's taking a shit. Oh, he's taking a piss. Okay. Well, whatever makes you feel better. More? What the fuck? Oh, boy. That's blasphemous. Now, who the hell are you? How many forms do you have?
Tonight I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain.
I wish
suffering. You have known none of these.
I wish I could lose and just morph into
So we know
something
what they
else.
grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
Alright, now we have Ultimalius. Missed. You suck. Boom! Tornado party! Enjoy, buddy. Your will sucks, buddy. Really? He stopped it that quick, huh?
Let's try.
Alright. Whoa. Did you just dismiss my tornado, or was that a coincidence? What the fuck? What the fuck? Get off me, bitch! Fuck you, dude. Johnny Ray! Holy hell, man. How are you doing? What's going on, man? Should have done the limit break sooner. 14,277. We're hitting him with that. That's gonna... Missed! Move. Oh, he did that grabbing shit move. Cataclysm, huh? Zap! Good timing. And boom! did he go? Come on! What the hell was that? Did he just rip his heart out? Oh. Mine is better than yours! There's your playing swords, Casey, if you're still here. Yeah, I'm enjoying this, Johnny. Boo! Sounded like mid. Alright, have another tornado party. Move, 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 move. Damn. Shouldn't have done that. Missed. Oh yeah, this'll stagger him. Boom! And oh, he's got to finish his move. Damn, let's get out of that shit. There it is. Get in there. Or do that. That works too. Limit break. Let's recover some health while we do a little bit extra to him. Did lightning back yet? I must have... PS5. I believe this is currently exclusive to that and PC. That's my boy. There you go. That was the uncle. You had enough yet?
Together!
That, I believe, was Jill.
Darkness, unending.
I believe they're each their own story. There's obviously tie-ins and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Like there's always a Sid. TSS, if he's still here, he might be able to confirm that or explain maybe a little better.
Onward, my son.
But in my experience with games I play, they're all different stories.
No, mine is the altar at which you pray.
Hear people been liking Diablo.
Mine are the eyes that look down upon you all.
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same.
Oh, get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of that. Jeez, he's knocking me all over the place. Here, have another tornado party. Move, 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 move. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that, or didn't intend to do that. Oh, is he close enough for this? He is. Okay, good. Get a mini stagger out of him. Hopefully we get in there on him before he gets up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get, oh, shit. He already busted out of it. I don't know how to avoid this shit. The fuck away from me. What have we Dodge it somehow. Well, we didn't dodge. Well, we did dodge that. Shit. Fuck you, man. Boy, he is pissed. I'll tell you that. Get out of there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Zap. Fuck you, man. Quit running like a bitch. Fuck off. Fuck you, dude. Limit break. Where the fuck did you go, bitch? Quit running, asshole. About enough of this. Get the fuck away from there. Damn it. Zap. Fine, I'll do it like this. There you go. Alright, this will work. And bam. Bam. Right? Yeah. Unleashing everything on this asshole. Am I supposed to be Phoenix? The spirit of Joshua is living through us. And you will die.
Forevermore.
That was a scream if I ever heard one.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you. You or anyone.
And that is where we are different.
I couldn't find where to upgrade the limit break.
Could not have made it
Limit break.
here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters.
I've upgraded those abilities, to be fair.
Give me the strength to end your reign.
But I've came up with really good strategies for them. Are you just gonna stand there? Because that'd be awesome. You wanna just stand there, I'll drop this shit back on you. There you go. Tornado party, your end is here. You're saying it wrong. This is your end. See? He's trying again, but I'm gonna hit him with this. Oh. He's almost staggered. Is that enough to stagger him out? It is, but he's not gonna stagger until this is done. No! There we go. Is that gonna stagger him? There it is. And now 879 is all it took. You're done.
The world you seek is but a fantasy.
Now what are you morphing into, loser?
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
Is that gonna do it?
Said.
Take his head off.
Over.
Oh shit. 99.99.99. It's over. I guess we can move on. Oh, I'm sure I could Ghetto God. But I got a good flow with the 3 that I was using. I maxed them out as much as I could. I really wanted to... No one's head got lopped off in this game. Is that, like, too far? If anyone's head should have gotten lopped off, it was Ultima's. Maybe we still got to do it. I don't know. He's still moving. Take the head.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up.
Well, I still have to finish The Last of Us Part 2, Derek.
Ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
Tears of the Kingdom is starting this Friday for live interactive gaming. It'll be my second time through, but it'll be under live interactive gaming rules where you guys can affect the gameplay.
Congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
I guess that leaves it open for a part 2, huh? You're done. It's over for you. Yeah, I've still got probably a dozen episodes or so of that yet to release. Derek. As far as new games, I don't know yet. I've got to kind of look at what's coming up. I'm sure I'll be tossed some suggestions as well. But for the immediate future, I'm just working on building the catalog. You know, Last of Us 2. I might even do some really old games. I was thinking about maybe even doing Adventures of Link just for shits and giggles. But definitely Tears of the Kingdom, I'm looking forward to doing for Friday nights here for a while. And there's Joshua's body. He thought he was dead most of his life, or like half of his life, so he's had to deal, it was said in the chat earlier, but he's had to deal with his death twice. No, I did not know what was going to happen with the game. I barely understood it. I gathered the story as it went along. Yes, so that'll definitely happen in November. You know, I've never touched a God of War game. Maybe I should look into that. Definitely going through some memories here. Joshua if he just went, I anoint you King Butthole. Butthole brother. We going further back in time? What is this? Is that a game I should start at the beginning, God of War, or can I pick it up wherever? Oh, do you think he can? You think he could bring him back? After all of that? No way. Gotcha, Derek. Oh. That shit's still there.
Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me.
Just cleaned him up.
These are our terms.
We can see the sky again. Now, did he survive is the question. Oh, that looks really crisp. Okay, so... Oh, there he is. He's alive. Oh, I'm definitely getting a copyright for this one. Joshua Rossfield. Whoa. Oh, did look. I guess he did die. Gav? I mean, we got to hear the context of what's going to happen here, so...
Aren't you the most beautiful?
Oh!
He is, isn't he? What are you going to call him?
Oh,
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only...
Shh, you're scaring
I thought it was Jill for a second that was having a kid.
Oh.
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart. Should they fade away?
So I guess that light signified Clive being alive?
If you need a rest, I can take him. I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
Even Torgal cries. Sun rises on the new day.
And thus did our journey end.
I'm going to go ahead and mute here because I think that's probably going to wrap us up. If something else pops up while we're talking, then I'll turn it back on. Oh, we're seeing the pictures of all of the different characters in the game here. But, yeah. There you go. I'm going to check the poll and see how you guys voted, what you thought of the game here. We got 25% of 12 votes saying 1 out of 3 game. 17% 1 out of 3. 1 to 3 out of 10. We've got 4 to 6 at 17%, 7 to 9 at 33%, and 25% of you said a perfect 10. Well, I'm here to tell you that unfortunately I'm not going to give it a perfect 10. I will, however, say story-wise, I'll give it a 9. I feel that it told the story very well, that it was a good story, but let me rephrase that. It was a very good story. I don't think it was told as well as it could have been. I think we could have been left a little less in the dark as to exactly what we were trying to accomplish. Maybe that's just my ignorance. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but I felt a 9 with the story. So I'm still giving a really good score, but that's what backs me off from 10. As far as the gameplay goes, now here's where I'm going to be at like a 6. And this is where I was talking to you earlier, TSS, and I'm like, you're going to want to hear this. So, when it came to the gameplay and running around and doing things, with excluding the fighting, just running around, getting around and such, there was some ease there with the obelisks and being able to not be any more than like 500 yards from anywhere you're going, if you don't choose to be. But there were areas where you could climb up if the area allowed you, but you couldn't like jump on little perches and stuff and look around. Maybe that's my my bias to how, Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom gives you that open world feel. You could literally get on anything you want to, as long as it's within the main world and you're capable of getting there. GTA 5, for instance, another open world game where you could pretty much get to wherever you need to. Even Hogwarts Legacy was more generous with its allowance of getting you around. So that brings the score down quite a bit for me. Also, when it came to the battles, it was button mashing. It was a lot of button mashing. Like, I don't feel like there was a whole lot of strategy until I started getting the hang of some of the special moves and when specifically to let them off, like that slash thing. I would use that right when someone was at that half staggered point, because a lot of times I could get them, if not all the way to staggered, very close. And if I could mix that with the tornado, I just mow through people. That's why I was saving that for now, Ghetto God, why I was biased to the original movesets, and I never changed them. The fire was just a nice little addition. I liked how he zapped into battle with the fire thing, and I was afraid to change any one of those because each one played a portion in what I was doing and how my strategy worked. Not yet, Drew. There is post-credit scene. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll kick back over to that when it pops up. I'm watching it. Part 2, says Butterfly. Who knows? They may come out with a part 2. There is a second cycle through the game where all the monsters are more difficult. There's more monsters. The bosses are harder. You can actually exalt up to a higher level than you were capable of in this version. I read up a little bit on that before going live tonight. And there was also a lot of your items and such follow you into the next go-through of the game. I'll read some more of your comments, but I want to get some more of my thoughts off here while I'm still on it. So battles, to me, it felt like a lot of button mashing. The strategy came in more with bosses and the big bosses, When it came to just fights in the field, I just button mashed through them. There wasn't a whole lot going on there that was strategy unless something specific required it, usually a mini boss or something. So, gameplay, although it made it really easy in comparison to how it probably could have been, it, for me, so it helps me, but for someone who really wants to strategize and make sure they're hitting the right buttons at the right times, it was lacking a little bit. I guess every game kind of has a little more button mashing nowadays than like when Amplitude or which was the predecessor to DDR, I mean, you were sitting here and there was a whole bunch of different buttons you had to hit at certain sequences. Now, I know that's a music game, but just as an example, I haven't ran into a game where it required me to be very, very good at hitting the right buttons at the right times. And this game seemed to be even easier than that. So that's where I put gameplay at a 6. But the story was very well told, or a very good story, but could have been told just a little bit better to fill in some of those gaps a little sooner, in my opinion. So 9 on story, 6 on gameplay. Music was solid. I'll give music a 10. I had no disappointment there. If I could even knock it off just a quarter of a point, it would only be that some of the battles, the music seemed a little more happy and while you're like, so that was a little weird, but it worked at the same time. So I don't want to take that like quarter point away from it. What other things should I be grading here? The characters I thought were well placed and well told. So no issues there. I don't know if I really need to give a score to characters. I guess a 9. I could pick apart a few of the characters, but Derek Hant says that's why I won't give Elden Ring that perfect score. Story is really important to me. Yeah, I didn't play Elden Ring, but I can understand what you're getting at there. It's also why I would not put this at Game of the Year, because I score Zelda higher, Tears of the Kingdom. I would even, I think this and Hogwarts Legacy are actually pretty close. Now, this is out of the games that I played. I'm sure there's other games out there that you guys have played that you may have enjoyed better that I haven't had experience with. But I would even say this is right around Hogwarts Legacy with me. A lot of similarities, too, in the two games. Go back to it, says Butterfly. Will there be a continuation? I don't know. I may do the game again through the difficult levels. I may do those pre-recorded instead of doing them live. Maybe I will save them and do them live randomly some nights. But I don't want to make any promises yet. Did you play it on Final Fantasy Mode TSS? See, that's an option that comes in. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it basically locks you into the difficult storyline, if I remember right. The only bad things about this game to me is the side quest in the game is a bit too easy, says TSS2. Yeah, see, that's where I was kind of taking some points away on the gameplay. I guess to sum it up in one sentence would be too easy. Side quests, I didn't mind those so much. I'm curious what your downside with the side quests was. Those weren't bad. Maybe they were slightly time-consuming, but all the dialogue in this game drug on. I guarantee you, I'd be willing to bet, I should say, that if we went back to all of my streams and cut out the dialogue and just put in the gameplay, we would have been done with this game in, 20 hours maybe? Half the time, give or take. I did for a bit, and it did improve a bit, but I honestly think they should have had that mode on launch. Okay, talking about Final Fantasy mode. Yeah, I mean, there should have been a more difficult mode to begin with. Something that maybe forced you to be a little more strategic with your button pressing and such. Ghetto God still gives it a 9.5. You love the combat. No, I as far as visually, the combat was good. I just think it was a little too easy. I agree with Ghetto, this TSS. The different abilities you can customize can make the fights more fun, and if you have the right combination, you can deal a lot of damage. Yeah, and see, that's how I honed in onto those. Now, could I have done more damage with some of the newer icons? Possibly. Maybe I should have rotated them around a little bit, but I wanted to stick with what I was comfortable with because it was working for me, and from what I've heard from you guys, I didn't die any more in this series than you guys did. So it worked to the same degree, and actually Ultima was easier than fucking Svarog, the level 50 dragon that was on the hunt board. I thought that was more difficult. Then again, if we talk about Tears of the Kingdom, I thought the Lionels were more difficult than Ganon. So I don't know. As games get to this stage, we get to this stage in life where video games are this way, it's harder and harder to make a game, I guess, where there's tough enemies out in the field that aren't near the same difficulty as a boss, you know? And where's the fine line on that? Then again, maybe you guys find Lionel's in Tears of the Kingdom a lot easier, or a lot more difficult, or sorry, a lot easier than Ganon. Maybe I'm just not as good with the Lionel's as other people. So, you know, each opinion is in the eye of the beholder, you know. I think it deserves Game of the Year contention, but I'd have to give it to Tears of the Kingdom over, it says TSS. I certainly wouldn't eliminate this from Game of the Year. What was it? They put 5 or 6 years into this game? And that left me scratching my head, because you look at the games, they get 5, 7 years put into them, and you go, there's certain things you expect, and just the limitations. I know I'm going back to this, but the limitations out in the field where I couldn't jump on certain areas that seemed logical to be able to jump onto. And I know that sounds like such a minor thing, but that's just one example of the many things I ran into. Or you couldn't go into this little area, or that looked like an area that any normal human being could have walked into, but like a cove or something, like a cove or whatever, and you just, like, there's some magical force field just keeping you from walking into this little cove or whatever. Like a game that was spent 5, 6, whatever years on, you would think that they would have addressed that a little better. Like, either make the rocks a little taller to where you couldn't logically jump on them, or make it to where I can jump on them. The rock's this tall and my guy's this big. Why can't he jump on that rock? And sure, I'm being nitpicky, but if we're talking about Game of the Year, should we not be that nitpicky? Clive would have passed out. I don't see this being over, says Butterfly. I mean, hey, anything's possible in these games. Does anyone ever truly die? I don't know. Derek Cans, you should check out Bramble the Mountain King. It's a short game. You could knock it out in a single stream, but I liked it. What system, Derek? Butterfly says if this game sells, they make a part 2. Well, they did that with Final Fantasy X. They had a part 2 to that. There was Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2. So it's plausible. You did, Kratos. What's up, man? Yeah, we just wrapped it up. We're going through the credits and kind of going over my thoughts and / review, whatever you want to call it. I would say if you rewind about an hour, you would be at the beginning of the big fight, give or take, maybe a little bit before that. It took about an hour to fully beat, Ultima, and then get to the epilogue. Let's see, Ghetto God. I've never played Zelda. I might get a Switch soon. Dude, if you like open world games, and I'm not talking about this kind of open world because, again, maybe it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but this is not open world in comparison to things like GTA 5, Hogwarts Legacy, Zelda, whether it be Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, even Sonic Frontiers had more of an open world, or well, it was about as similar of an open world, I guess. But that was a whole different game, too. It was... I don't even know if it should be in the conversation. Actually, I probably would put this open world a little bit above Sonic Frontiers now I think about it. TSS says a lot of them were boring to me and had no interest in doing them. Tears of the Kingdom side quests were fun. Oh, referring to the side quests here in this game. Yeah, I mean, they gave it the best story they could given the scenario. Like, obviously, in the Hideaway, your botanist is going to need stuff to grow his plants, so you got to help him out. There's only so many side quests available within the Hideaway, and then you go to Martha's Rest, and she needs help with building more facilities for the new soldiers coming in and such. So I get why it was kind of limited, because you're in the world that you are. With Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, there was, I guess, a little more going on in that world, and a little more in the way of normal civilization also, to where maybe those stories could be a little bit better. If I could try and defend a little bit on that in Final Fantasy's case. Clive can probably jump 10 feet high. No kidding. as high as he could jump, and you'd get to these like rock faces, and it would have the up arrow, so you walk up to it, and he jumps, and he grabs, and he climbs. And then you got this rock that's like 2 feet tall, and he like hits a fucking force field on it. And it's like, why? Where's the logic in that? It's 2023. Games should not be doing that at this point. I don't think there's an excuse at this point for that. That's me. Tell me I'm wrong. Please. I spent many years out of playing video games, so you guys probably know a lot more than I do, but I feel like there's no excuse in 2023, if you're going to advertise a game like this, put as much hype and as much time into it as you did, that a man can climb a 10-foot wall, but he can't jump onto a 2-foot tall rock. Work kicked your ass today, Kratos. Man, same here. I didn't get home till about 3 hours before going live, and I had to come down here, set up, did my mic check, which those of you who were here at the beginning of the stream, I started 4 minutes late because my mic, it was registering in the mixer, so clearly my mic was working, mixer's working. I'm like, why is it not registering on OBS? And I looked into settings, and somehow it was disabled. I haven't unplugged the mic or anything. I haven't done anything differently. Nothing's been moved or messed with. And somehow OBS disabled the mic. So I had to go in there and find where that was and test it again and everything. So although I probably could have started on time, I wanted to make 100% sure everything was legit. So again, apologies for anyone who was waiting for us to start. FFX is still the best one, says Ghetto God. I'd never finished that. Maybe that's something I should go back to, huh? After we do 7. I do want to do 8, though, and a lot of you are telling me to do the 7 remake because there's a lot different about it, although a lot similar as well. This is open linear, says Ghetto God. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Either go for it or don't. I don't know. I'm not. If the map was a little more flexible with logic, like the whole jumping on a 2-foot rock example that I was giving, then I wouldn't be crapping on it as much because I don't mind the segregated maps, the 4 or 5 different bigger maps that you could zoom in, and they were areas that had. So it was almost like you had 4 or 5 open worlds in this game. Smaller, but open. Oh, excuse me. So, or as you put it, open linear. But I still don't think that excuses the breaks in logic of where someone can go and where they can't, and the stupid force fields. Butterfly, I love this game, like real character, person storyline games like a movie. That's why I'm into Red Dead 2, says Butterfly. Awesome. Well, that's why I said I think you would like The Last of Us. I don't know if you've started it yet. I recommended it to you a while back, but that's a series I think would be up your alley. I would do live stream on that, but I'm kind of wanting to do more episodic things. Like unless I'm going to do, I don't know. Obviously, more of you guys watch when I'm live, but in order to put it out to YouTube so people will watch it later, if someone walks up or logs in and sees on YouTube a 3-hour video of Final Fantasy XVI, how many of you are going to click on that versus the 45-minute video that was a single episode? I know I'm more apt to, unless I'm on a long drive or something, if I'm just looking for something to watch, I'm probably not picking the 3-hour video unless it's some podcast that I really want to hear. I would rather take in a 45-minute punch of something a little bit smaller. So I'm just trying to think of that in terms of gaming. There's a couple of gamers I do follow on YouTube that are highly successful. And I've noticed that once you hit that hour mark, it really starts to drag on. When I watch their videos, if I'm watching something intently and they've got an hour and 10-minute video, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll still watch it. But by the 50-minute mark, I'm like, is this thing going to end? Even if I'm enjoying it, I'm like, damn, this is long. So I feel like, I'd put out this stream. If I was to end it right now, an hour and 35 minutes, that's on the upper end. Being that it's a finale, it's probably going to have a few more eyes on it after it's posted. But that's why I want to steer a little more away from the live streams. Obviously, I want to keep Friday nights because that's our time to have fun and fuck around on a game. And so I don't want to, eliminate that. But as far as the episodic shows that I could be doing or video games, I want to keep them episodic. That it also helps with my travel schedule. For instance, I'm out all next week out of town, so I need to have a week's worth of, in this case, The Last of Us Part 2 ready, recorded, and scheduled. That way it can release and it's like I was never gone. But also for historical purposes, when people want to go back, I've got the whole game clean, chapter by chapter. You can hit the playlist if you want to binge it, or you could take an episode at a time, and maybe even it's a game you've watched before, but you really love this chapter. Well, you know what chapter that is. You can click on it. You can watch it. So that's, I don't even know what got me on that. You should do a poll with games you should play next. I've done that a couple of times. I've got to look and see what games are coming out. I would like to get back to the Switch and play a couple of those cheaper games, like when I did Zanchu Chamel, or what was it? Headbangers in Holiday Hell. Some of those under $10 games that not a lot of people do gameplays of. Because I don't know how many of you guys knew that, but I was actually talking to the creator of Zanchu Chamel while I was playing it. And not like he was giving me pointers or anything, but he was aware of a bug in the game that they hadn't corrected yet. And he was watching my gameplay because it was one of the few out there, one of the very, very few. And he goes, "Hey, I've been following your gameplay, and I just wanted to warn you of this bug at this level. Here's the workaround for now, but just let your audience know the fix is in the works if you get to it before we fix it." So that was really cool to actually, like, the creator of a game was reaching out to me and, kind of helping me along in that sense, but also that, that shows that eyes were on it and it was working. Like, some of my more watched videos are some of the lesser known games. And that was back when I did the news channel. That was a strategy that I utilized. Some of my more watched videos were some of the lesser known stories because not too many people were touching them. So maybe I'm revealing a little bit of a secret here. I don't know. Depending on what you guys do, hopefully it helps you out if you choose to do it. But I've noticed, other than tonight where there's been 7 to 10 people consistently, which thank you guys. But other than that, there were nights there was 1 or 2 people watching. And this is a blockbuster Game of the Year contender. And it's because there's 1 million people live right now playing it. So if I can hone in on games that are a little lesser sought after, but so lesser sought after that no one else does them, you see what I'm getting at? So I'm trying out some different things, and I haven't, long and short, to circle back around with it, is basically I haven't done any of those cheaper, shorter Switch games recently. So that might be, to what Derek was asking earlier, that might be something I explore here in the near future after my trip out of town next week and when I wrap up Last of Us. Where are we at here? You can still stream it and then upload episodes later. I could. The thing with that is I can't stream in 4K, and I have 4K capabilities. If you've been watching Last of Us, that's been in 4K. We started doing it during Detroit Become Human, and I actually got an even better capture card, not the graphics card, but the actual capture card that captures it onto OBS. Because the one I had was only 1080 capable, so I was noticing some little spots in it. So now that I've got a 4K capture card, I want to be able to record things in 4K because that's got a market also. So again, thinking of marketability and where people will look for things that are a little more unique. So that's the downside to streaming and releasing later, is it would only be in 1440, which is the top capability on YouTube. Sorry, I keep looking over at the video to see if it's the credits have concluded yet. Apparently, everyone in Japan, down to Miyamoto's 5-year-old son, had a hand in making this game. But I think we've gone through the whole city of Tokyo at this point, guys. Where are we at? Someone uploaded a 5.5-hour video of the beginning of Final Fantasy XVI. Yeah, in Kratos, there's a 20-hour full story video where they cut out some of the walking around, some of the BS, and just stick to the stories in some of the main battles, basically. TSS, my next games are my backlog right now. So right now it's Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster, which I've still got that. I've only done Final Fantasy 1 on that. I need to get after 3 at some point. And the others too. So that's something that's sitting in the wings as well. And the stack of Switch games I have next to my computer, Jesus, credits are still rolling. And Derek said that fucking 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Like I said, all of Tokyo had a hand in this thing. We're working on the rest of Japan now. Yakuza video game series. Oh, yes. That is one definitely that I've spotted a couple times and thought about. I haven't looked at any gameplay and seen if it's something, because I want it to be something that I'm going to enjoy too, because then you get a genuine reaction from me. If I'm playing a game I just don't like, then I'm either faking my excitement or I come off not enjoying it. So it's got to be something I've got to enjoy too. So I need to look into that more, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Put some links about the game and Red Dead in your Discord. There it is, the link from Butterfly there. Check it out if you're not already in there. It's worth playing even if you just want to play it in your own time. Oh, definitely, but really my own time is when I'm recording videos. I don't have much more time than that, despite people thinking I've got all this time. Yeah, when I go live and I do these streams back to back to back to back to back, I reserve that time out. I plan it with everyone else, and I'm going to be down there for a couple of weeks really firing away at this game, so on and so forth. But when I'm pre-recording stuff, it's either after everyone's gone to bed, or you know, if I'm home before everyone else, or if I've got a day off, or you know, when Ruby's at dance class, that's a great time for me to knock out possibly 2 or 3 videos. So that's where this is, to me, a lot easier and less stressful than the new stuff, because I can pick when I do something. I don't have to sit here and skim through the internet and look for the right story. I can just pick up a game, play it, thumbnail, title, chapters, boom, release. And that's a lot easier and a lot quicker. There may not be as many people watching, but I'm happy and I'm doing something I enjoy. JRPG and RPG credits are long. Yeah, no kidding. You can skip the credits, I think. Yeah, but I mean, I'm still talking. I mean, unless you guys really want me to rush through this and get to it. Rawman, what's up? What game are you going to play tomorrow? We are starting Tears of the Kingdom as live interactive gaming. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did, right before going live, I did complete the interaction amount. So there's like Crazy Weapon Fusion is the new $1 amount. Complete the shrine, locate 2 wells, activate 3 light roots. I brought back no arrows, no swords, and remove all clothes and shields. Find and complete a side quest is a new one at the $8 mark. No shrine indicator for 30 minutes. At $10, at $20, you can shut off my shrine indicator for the whole night once I get it, of course. $15 is now kill Link immediately, kill him creatively. I had to shift some things around, so it ended up being there. $50 is still kill Lionel with 3 attempts, and $100 still. Go to Ganondorf, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Let's see. So that's the answer there, Rawman. It's going to be Tears of the Kingdom. I know we already played it once on here, but we're going to do it live interactive gaming style starting tomorrow night. Yakuza series so wacky and fun to me. Well, then maybe I'll enjoy it then. I like Final Fantasy, but with Japanese... It's like Final Fantasy, but with Japanese gangsters. Okay. All right. I tried to tell Drew about the ghosts of Tsushima, but he wasn't interested. Oh, I think I remember you sending me that one. I can't remember why I wasn't interested in that. But then again, like the Japanese games and that, it's got to be the right ones, because not all of them I'm a fan of. Some of them are like Octopath Traveler. If it wasn't so turn-based, that was kind of weird. Let's see where we're at here with this. And what else might be going on here? I think those are the same kids, aren't they?
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
If there's anything else you want me to address, go ahead and throw it in the chat now, guys.
Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on. Hurry! Hurry! All right. Right, let's play the Saint in the Secretary. No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons! Again? Alright. And I get to be a freak.
Final Fantasy written by Joshua Rossfield.
Because Bahamut says so.
How did Joshua write the book then? I'm curious. Or did it never exist all along and it was written, but where one journey ends, another begins? Is that what's coming? Could it be? Is that what you're going to say? Is it possible? Create game clear data? Okay. Okay, there we go. Close, and we'll see what happens. Oh, we're back to the main menu. New Game Plus, there it is. So, yeah, that is going to do it then. That is the final dialogue of the game, where we're left to wonder if Joshua Rossfield is like, Winnie the Pooh. Who wrote Winnie the Pooh and inserted himself into the story? Damn, whatever. But anyways, yeah, it makes me wonder if maybe that was just a tale all along in a book. You know, interesting. He kind of wrote the book afterwards because he's dead, right? I got the hiccups now. Derek says, if nobody would have told me about this cutscene, there's no way I would have ever stuck around to see it. It's possible that we could have skipped the credits, and most games have that now. As TSS was saying, that's probably what the case was, and I was just too busy talking to you guys to bother. But yeah, that's insane. Some games, if you hold in the X button, it'll just through the credits too. That way, everyone got their mark, even if it was for a millisecond. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this game. I'm just kind of babbling on about other stuff that was on my mind and what you guys were saying too, and I was kind of bouncing off of that. I actually think Clive wrote it and did what he did with Sid's name as a tribute to his brother, says TSS2. So kind of, gave homage to his brother and kept credit from him. But didn't he die also? Aren't we to believe that Clive also died there at the shore? Or are you saying that the story never existed, Clive wrote it and credited his brother? Sorry I missed a lot, not feeling well, Butterfly. No, what up? I came here to say hi. Well, thank you, EJ. Hey, how's it going? We finished the game. We're just sitting here debriefing and reviewing and kind of just chatting right now. So, yeah. Good to see you, though, EJ. How's the liquor store in Topeka going? For those of you who weren't here yesterday, I was in Topeka, and I drove past EJ's Liquors, and I'm like, oh, EJ's got a liquor store here. I usually stay after the credits at the movies for these extra scenes. Yeah, and I'm sure the movie theaters love that, too, because they want to get everyone out of there. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I might be able to address. You only saw his hand turn to stone. Oh, well, yeah, it's true. I mean, his eyes closed, too, so I guess we're to believe he's dead. So, yeah, if they wanted to go Final Fantasy 16 2, I mean, it's there. Even Ultima alluded to you got what you wanted for now. So there's definitely a lot of openings there for a continuation. Jill could become the main protagonist in the next one if they wanted to kill Clive off and actually truly have him dead. But yeah, so story-wise, I gave it a 9, and I think I was being maybe a little generous there, but I'll stick with it. 6 for gameplay, 10 for soundtrack, and characters, 8, 9, whatever. Not as worried about that score unless you guys really want me to settle on something. Movies I always do, or I'll look up after the movie if there is one. Look it up after the movie if there is one. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I mean, anymore you can find those things on YouTube or somewhere. But yeah, so tomorrow night is going to be Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, we've already played it once on this channel, but we're going to do it as live interactive gaming, being Friday night. So that'll be the Friday night game for the next probably several months to come, because remember, the rules are that I have to complete all of the shrines. Now with this game, I'm going to have to get all the light routes too. And I don't have to do side quests. But in order for us to be done with that series, shrines, light routes, and Ganon. I think that's it, because there's no memories per se. Or wait, was there? There kind of is, but not in the same sense. So if I notice something as we're playing, I'll go. I'll add that to it. But definitely light routes and shrines. You can make me go to Ganon earlier, but even if I beat him, we still have to go back and finish all the shrines and everything and beat him again. So if you really wanted to just fuck with me earlier on in the game, you could make me go to Ganondorf very early on and make for a very funny and or potentially very miraculous situation. The first 3 hours, if you guys remember, I'm pretty much limited to the Sky Island, so there's not a whole lot you can really make me do other than crazy weapon fusion. I'll already be going to the shrines. That'll be the whole point anyways. You can kill me, and I can come up with a creative way to die, but a lot of those amounts, we probably won't get to a lot of them tomorrow for the first episode, unless you guys just wanted to support, obviously, but I would have to make a list and do those later on once we got to the mainland. So that's coming up Friday. Saturday, it's back to The Last of Us Part 2. I believe it's episode 36 or 20. Is it 36 or 26 that we're on? Let me look that up really quick. We are on episode 36, and that'll be released tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, or sorry, Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and continue on through there. So it'll probably only be Last of Us from Saturday through Thursday, and then Friday will be, of course, back to live interactive gaming with Tears of the Kingdom. So that's kind of the schedule coming up. Why won't try GTA 5 or do GTA 3, or sorry, GTA 2 or GTA 3. GTA 2, I don't know where I would find that other than maybe on Steam. That'd be a hard one to locate, I think, unless someone knows where you could find it. 3, I could, but honestly, as much as I played the other GTA games, it's such a jump back in graphics and I should. Maybe I'll do that one episodically. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. It's a good game. It's a fairly open world game, in the sense of the time that it was created in, in the early 2000s. It was as open world as it got. But, it's so far in the past that I don't know if I'll tolerate it. But I do need to play it in some way, because we did Vice City, we did San Andreas, we did 5. So we should. Yeah, if you can find a way to get 2. 2 is overhead, though. It's nothing like the ones we've been playing recently. It's not even close to 3. It's an overhead version. So you're looking down on your guy like you're playing... shit, what's even a game that was overhead like that? I'm trying to even think. But... anyways, yeah, if you want to look it up and send it over, yeah, I don't think I could go back and play those games too shitty looking, says Derek. Some of them I can. Like, I'll go back and play the old Zeldas. I went back and played Ice Hockey on NES, a 5-part series, best of 5, and let's just say it went all 5 games if you guys didn't see that. Those episodes are around 8 to 10 minutes apiece, so... a good fun watch. There's a playlist for it, so you can watch it from game 1 to game 5 if you got an hour or 45 minutes or whatever, take them all in. But there's definitely some old games back then that are worth playing and are fun to play. But others, and we're talking 80s games in that case, but you go to, 2001, whenever GTA 3 was, and it's like, ugh. Oh, some of those games that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, those are some of the hardest ones actually to go back to. What do you guys think of that? I mean, you think about it. The old 80s games, and probably people more my age, could relate to this a little more. But the 80s games, a lot of them are worth going back to and playing. Final Fantasy I, the original Legend of Zelda, things like Ice Hockey even. They're still fun to play to some degree to this day. I had a blast playing the original Legend of Zelda again and Final Fantasy. But when you get to the late 90s, like imagine hopping in and playing Crazy Taxi. That game, it was fun back then because you'd compete with your friends. I was able to record it on my VCR. I've got a VHS tape somewhere playing Crazy Taxi. And, of course, I couldn't talk or anything, but, I mean, gosh, think about it. That's like, you go back to that, and that's, the earliest incarnation of derailed, I guess, in a way, of derailed gaming. But, like Crazy Taxi, I don't think I could get in that because the driving games of today are so much more advanced. But I could go back and play something like, what was his name? Ivan Ironhammer. What was his name? Super Off-Road on, I believe it was regular Nintendo. Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off-Road. That is a game that I would go back and play. It was on NES, 1989. Okay, so yeah, there was one on Game Boy, SNES, and Genesis had one. But the one I played was on the original Nintendo. And so Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off-Road is one that I would go back to and play because it's not trying to be a game of 2023, where Crazy Taxi, despite coming out in the late 90s, early 2000s, felt like a game that wanted to be a racing game or a driving game in 2023, but they just couldn't pull it off. So to try and go back to playing that is a little enraging, but you go play like these little cheapo car games or Excite Bike even. the original Super Mario Kart because they weren't trying to be more than they were. I don't know. Does that make sense at all? Those original NES games are way harder to me now. Yeah, and see, they've got some strategy to them. Some of those games in the late 90s, it's like they got lazy and they were just pumping them out because they were making hand over fist, you know? Go check Discord breaking news. Okay. GTA 6 release date between April 1st, 2024 and March 31st of 2025. They're trying to hit specific quarters if you can't tell from that. Okay. I wouldn't call that breaking news, but that's fine having it there. Cruising USA 64, yeah. I still think Predator on NES is the hardest game I've ever played. I couldn't even beat it with the Game Genie. Jesus. Don't they say that E.T. is the hardest game because it was literally unbeatable? Like, there were so many bugs in the game because they rushed it to release because they wanted it to be close to the release of the movie, and they fucked up a lot of it. I'm pretty sure that April 1st release date. I don't know about that. It's an April Fool's prank, if I'm going to be honest, says TSS. It could be. I don't know, but I mean, the range was a 365-day range, and I'll just put my mind at 2025 on that game. You know, I'm not going to try and expect it early until they give us a date, and even when they give us a date, they may push it another 3 months. Yeah, but that's kind of my thoughts on, like, original NES compared to, like, N64. And as much as I love Dreamcast, I love some of the things they were doing, like, with the digital memory unit and stuff. So you had, like, the Tamagotchi thing for Sonic. Creative, it was interesting. The UFC game that they had, I thought, was a little... I couldn't figure out the controls on that. I don't know if that was because they screwed up or because I suck. Ghosts and Goblins, yes! I could never beat that. I got a stack of games from my mom's best friend back when I was, like, probably my daughter's age. And that was one of them. And I beat Final Fantasy I when I was 8 years old, but I could not figure out Ghosts and Goblins to save my life. There's a little landfill in New Mexico that has nothing but E.T. games. Yes, Kratos. I forgot about that. For me, the hardest game I ever beat is Ninja Gaiden. Fuck that game, says TSS. That was the best Sonic game, says Ghetto God. You know, I'm struggling to remember. What was that, Sonic Adventure? I'm struggling to remember what the game was all about. Because it's been 25 years almost, 22. Trying to think, this would have been 99, I think I got it, so 24 years ago. But yeah, that was I don't exactly remember how that game went, what the gameplay was like. I also had WWF Attitude, that we could finally start creating characters, and I created a tag team. It kind of reminds you of, like, the Gangstas, the original Gangstas from like Smoky Mountain and ECW. It was a team kind of similar to them, and it was the Dog Killer and the Cop Killer. They were just it looked like a couple of Tupacs coming to the ring, and my dad saw Cop Killer, and he's like, you probably want to change his name, because if my uncle was a state trooper, he's like, if he ever saw that, probably wouldn't go over too well. And I'm like, whatever. He won't ever see this. And he never did. Then, of course, I had myself. I always create a corporate character, like heel corporate character. Because, you know, this was in the thick of the Attitude Era. TMNT, for NES was one of my favorite games, but it is hard as fuck. That is one I could play it. I believe I've got a way to play it. Oh no, that was on the Wii that I had that. But that's one that even if I considered, it's like I'd be trying to beat it forever because I can get past the dam, but you usually lose at least a turtle doing that in best case scenarios. And then the levels after that get increasingly more difficult. The last time I played that, I tried a few times and could not get to Shredder. Although Shredder is the easiest boss in video game history. I fucking I mean, some of the minor characters in the game, some of the minor enemies were more difficult than Shredder. Can we go raid the Rose? He's live right now. Yeah, if you guys want to do it, I'll send the link when we're done here. Monster Truck Madness 64. I don't think I played that one. I remember seeing it. I beat First Ninja Gaiden game, and then when I heard there was a second and third game, they were way harder, had more BS into it, and I was like, nope. Actually, Battletoads. That's another one that was hard. A buddy of mine and he had Battletoads, and that's how I was introduced to that game. And it was, I can just remember swinging down, doing the swinging thing, and you had to thump on the walls at the birds. But yeah, and that's one of those things. It's like, if it was an arcade game, which I believe there was one, you'd need a lot of quarters. Let's put it that way. You're constantly reviving yourself. And there was only so much you could revive in that game. One more like for 15 says Butterfly Battletoads for that one bullshit level where you have to dodge going high speed. Ooh, that one too. I forgot about that one. What's the Disney game that's virtually impossible? Is it Lion King? Was that the one? There's a certain point that it's like almost impossible. It's impossibly difficult or whatever to get past a certain spot. I remember the one time my buddy's grandma, that same buddy that we played Battletoads, he had rented that game for whatever weekend I was coming over and staying the weekend at his place. And he lived with his grandma. And we were so stuck on that game. That was the one time we ever asked his grandma, to call the hotline and find out what we had to do. And when they told us, we still had a fuck ton of problems getting through it. That was the only time we ever called a 900 number, and it was for that game and for that spot, the one that's still talked about today. I'm going to get going. I have third day of work straight tomorrow. Sounds good, Kratos. Have a good evening, man. Thanks for being here. Battletoads, very hard game. Yeah, thank you, Joshua Hampton. Yeah, we beat it here about a half hour ago. I'm really trailing on with this. Broke many a paddle that game. I broke the most shit in my room or a paddle over Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I never beat Tyson. I beat everyone else. I don't think I was ever able to beat... No, I beat Tyson once. Because I remember getting excited because I was finally able to see the game credits, but it was a lot of aggravation. Because the first few circuits were pretty easy. It was when you got to Super Macho Man and Soda Popinski where shit really started hitting the fan. The rematch with Bald Bull was obviously very difficult, but once you got to Super Macho Man, Super Popinski, that area, that's where it was go time. It was Lion King Hampton. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Still have never beaten Tyson in Punch-Out. I can get to the end easily now, but when I face Tyson, just can't beat him. That's one is that on the Switch? On the NES thing? Huh. Maybe that's one I could do. Even if I can't get all the way through it, maybe we do a few run-throughs of it and just kind of laugh at me. Because I doubt I'm as skilled as I was as a kid. Imagine how pissed hotlines were when the internet was created. Well, you know, if they were smart, they would have converted to internet instead of being like a Blockbuster that just didn't want to conform and it was too little too late. There's a trick to it, TS. Yeah, it's a very tough trick. You got to dodge him for the first 2 minutes, then he gets weaker. But even then, he's still, you've got to be right on it, you know. But not the Tyson version. The Mr. Dream. Oh, so Mr. Dream you're saying is more difficult than Tyson? I guess I never looked into that. But, oh, well, if I can, I'm going to have to look at the Switch and see if it's on the NES thing. I think Super Punch-Out is, but I never really played Super Punch-Out a whole lot on Super NES. But yeah, even if I fail, just put out a few videos of me just doing the best I can. Or fucking with Glass Joe. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. You dodge it. Whang! I loved fucking with Glass Joe. That dumb shit. And Flamenco did that too. He'd do that. Nap, 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 nap. And then you punch him and he'd try and uppercut you and you dodge and flew, 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 flew. So Mr. Dream is more difficult than Tyson. I was not aware of that. I thought they were virtually identical. Because like their movesets are almost the same, are they not? But anyways, unless there's any other final comments, I think I'm good. Derek knows what I'm talking about. No, Mr. Dream replaced Tyson. Yeah, I knew that because Nintendo ran well, and then Tyson lost, and then he had all the R-word allegations and that. And I think it had more to do with that. Like they could, because they were already printing the game. I think it had more to do with the controversy surrounding him in later years, starting with when he lost to Buster Douglas. That in and of itself wouldn't have fucked him up, but it's all the shit that came after that, because he just downward spiraled after the loss to Douglas. Well, he was probably already downward spiraling, and that's why he lost to Douglas, because he underestimated Douglas. But now we're getting into sports. This has turned into a podcast. What are you guys doing to me here? I'm playing a video game. No, this is fun. I don't get to talk with you guys this much anymore. That Tiger Punch. Oh yeah, the on his turban, the flashing gem, and trying to time that shit. You know what was coming when you'd see it flash, but it was so quick. The single flash in his turban was a quick jab, and it's like, fuck, you didn't give me enough time. And bling. Fuck you, Tiger bitch. The same character is just a plate swap. Yeah, that's what I thought, but apparently they're a little more difficult. One's more difficult over the other. Oh, go raid the Rose. Yeah, let's do that. I won't be able to pull up the video, but we could, you'll be able to hear him at least while we're doing this. No, let's read. Where the hell's the Rose's stream at? He's off air already. Oh, no, he's not. There he is.
Yeah, whatever. You used hacks to win, bro. That's ultra cringe. Later, loser.
Yeah, later, loser. There we go. Raid the Rose.
Hey, get back here. What was that about? A boat. I better follow them. Yeah, we're not going to follow them right now.
There you go. Go hit him up.
No, that's this moment. What we're going to do first is...
You'll say what's up to the Rose for a minute before we get out of
I'm
here.
going to go back to that pyramid. First, I want to get a couple more level ups. Where are my mons here?
I haven't done one of these in a while. Actually, I could show you his video. I just remembered that. It's just not previously aired, but there you go. You can see what he's doing now. Go check out the Rose Gaming. EJ and I are in there. He's playing some, let's see, it's Vitamin Sauce Edition 4, Dirty Dio, and the 4th Gym. And he's got kids running around in his house. But yeah, go say what's up to the Rose, guys. At least drop a like and say hi to him. Because I'm about to wrap it up, but... Is he going to notice us? asshole. Read your chat. You gonna read it now?
It's a blooper.
Oh, this is Pokemon.
Should catch that from my video game team, but
Vinemon.
maybe later.
So this is some sort of Pokemon game.
Thunderstone. Does that evolve my Rabuzz?
Oh,
No,
Casey! Casey's been lurking in my chat.
Any of my
little
Mons
bastard.
evolve with a stone?
he's in there raiding too now. Go give Casey shit.
There's not that many
Don't
of
worry,
these
Drew.
stones,
It
it doesn't
takes
look
him a
like.
while to see the chat. It usually does. Especially
Nope.
if he thinks his chat is empty. You know, he's been live for 14 minutes, and sadly, it looks like we're the only ones that have been in there. But
20 blooper.
when he's looking at his chat, he looks at it. But maybe he hasn't thought to give it a peek because he's just playing away without thinking anyone's in the chat.
What's going on, EJ and Butterfly? Derailed Raid. What's going on, Drew?
There you
What's
go.
going on, everybody? Casey? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate the likes. Thanks for the raid, guys. Awesome.
There you go. Bob's Burgers? What? He's got a Bob's Burgers Pokemon?
Hope Drew had a good stream. I retweeted it out. Didn't get a
thank you,
chance to
Rose.
check in on it, though. I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy 16 myself, so I didn't want to spoil myself on the game.
He's got a Bob's Burgers Pokemon. Bob's
So I
Burgers
can't
Pokemon?
really go any further there. What's up, TSS?
Oh, we had a sword
So I guess
fight
we're gonna go
with
back
Ultima.
to-
Casey missed it. Or he wasn't
Go back to
talking
the
in the
pyramid,
chat.
and we're going to try Dio again.
I want to see the Bob's Burgers Pokemon again. Come on.
Sorry I didn't catch the raid like immediately, but you know,
should
obviously
be
with
sorry.
my setup and whatnot, I don't see comments come in right away.
All right. Well, you guys can go over there and watch that if you're looking for
Casey,
some more
when are you
gaming
and
tonight.
Drew going to have your sword fight? Oh God, I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to know that. What
I
that
don't
means.
want to know that. What are you
Bob's
talking
Burgers Pokemon. So what this game is, I'll explain it to you guys. So the gaming team, Vine Sauce, what they, there was a group of people who made a Pokemon fan game with all obviously fake Pokemon. I'll show you my team in a moment. There's a couple of
Well, I don't want to sit here all night.
recognizable
We were
names
just saying what's up to
on
you.
this team here. So this one is an Onyx. It's called Crystonyx. It's Ice type instead of Rock. This one is a Rabuzz. It's an Electric type.
Rabbi. Bob's Burgers.
This is the evolved form of the starter you get called Scoot, which is a meme.
I have no clue what
We
he's
got
talking
Luigi.
about right now.
This is an evolved form, final evolved form of Luigi. Yes, from Mario Bros. And this is a Ghost Vine Shroom Pokemon. Or Vinemon, rather. If we go in here, I can show you guys a couple more. Here's Yoshi.
What kind of twisted
And
ass
then we
Pokemon
got,
game is this?
Yeah, we got mons called Corruptions and stuff. There's a Koopaling, again from Mario Bros. Some of these are, you know, redrawn, legit Pokemon. This is supposed to be a Teletubby type thing.
What? Come on! Get the fuck on here.
Yeah, the game's interesting, and this
I'm sure it is. When you got Teletubbies and
the
Luigi
gaming team Vinesauce had this
and fucking
game
Bob's
made
Burgers.
for them, and it's pretty fun. I've been wanting to play this for a long time. I've been following Vinesauce for 10 years,
Good
and
night,
watching their
Rob, man.
streams. You know, various streamers from the team, and wanting to be part of the team eventually.
Okay, well, if you want to go over and
behind
watch
the
the Rose,
bird.
he'll tell you more about it. Thank you, Rose, and go over there and check him out. A Pokemon game where you got Luigi, a Teletubby, and Bob's Burgers fucking going at it. Count me out. I'm glad he's enjoying it, though. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Gave you another hour of just talking and bullshit. So I hope you enjoyed that. You know, maybe I do this at some point. Maybe we just do some gaming talk or something at some point. But anyways, tomorrow night, live, 10 p.m. Eastern, we start Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on our Friday night show. Our second time around playing it. We must beat all shrines, everything else, the light roots, and of course Ganon. There's the amounts. Of course, you're going to be able to make me to drink tomorrow night as well. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. And the rest of the week, you'll have The Last of Us Part 2 as we work on concluding that series. And then, who knows from there? We'll be checking out maybe some Switch games. I'll see what else is on PS5, but otherwise, rest in peace, Clive, Joshua. You guys have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night for live interactive gaming where you tell me what to do. Until then, take care and cheers. Good night, everybody.